Shakuras. I see Dune and or Dunes, and all I can think of is, you know, Dune novels.
Executor. The survivors from Ire have made it safely through the gate. Yet, amidst the chaos of our retreat, we lost contact with Phoenix and Raynor. I fear that they may have been overrun by the Zerg.
Damn it.
Phoenix is as stalwart a warrior as I have ever known, and the Terran Raynor has proven himself to be highly resourceful in the past. I for one believe that they made it here safely, but while we wait for word from them, we must reconnoiter the surrounding area and find a suitable location for a more permanent settlement. Once we're situated, we can begin to search for the Dark Temple.
Alright. And yeah, he's right, you know. Zeratul, great warrior. Raynor's, you know, he'll be fine. I'm never a good person of saying, like, is someone resourceful? It's just like, He's got a battleship, does a battle cruiser, does that work? Oh Christ. Fight, fight.
There are Zerg on Shakuras. They must have taken control of the warp gate on Ire.
Oh, of course they'd have. And we lost the probe to it. There we go, you go over there. I guess we put a base together here. May as well. No one else has these minerals claimed. What are these called? Kakaru. Okay. I guess this explains why we couldn't build any more, you know, Dark Templar in the previous thing. We only had a limit, you know, whatever Dark Templar that were with Zeratul, rather than the full Dark Templar contingent, or forces, you know. You know, I think I might head to bed now, actually. I didn't really get to record much tonight, but, well, there's many more nights to record, and I've plenty of a backlog. Like, I actually haven't checked where I am in the videos, but I doubt I'm very far along. So, you know, I've got plenty of time to, you know, I could go, you know, play another game instead, and probably still have plenty of time left here of the backlog. Of course, it depends on how long the game is, but you know what I'm trying to say. Let's play it for a little bit longer and see. If I get too tired, I'll call quits. But for the moment, I feel fine, so I will continue. You know, the Dark Templar probably aren't going to appreciate us running here with the Zerg, you know, on our heels and on their planet now.
Additional pylons.
Because of course I must. Oh Christ. Help. Dark Templar. Oh Christ. Okay, I couldn't control the Dark Templar there. I was just like panicking because Zerg.
You've returned home after these many decades.
Decades.
Guess that found you here seem ill-tempered. Well met, my brother. Indeed, these creatures known as the Zerg have no regard for the sanctity of life. Once we have secured this area, I shall tell you everything I know about them in council. I'm sure the matriarch will be eager to hear your tale as well.
Wait.
Executor, we have received a transmission from Raynor and Phoenix. They are still alive and are fighting to retake the warp gate on Ire. We must secure the gate on this side without delay.
Didn't Zeratul say that the Dark Templar have been trying to protect Ire, even for ages after, even though they were banished from Ire? Then how are the Dark Templar protecting Ire when Ire's main enemy, the Protoss's main enemy, are the Zerg? Yes, I'm sure the Protoss have other foes, other bandits, you know, space pirates, that shite to deal with. But I question, would the Dark Templar really be focusing on them? It would seem like they'll be more interested in dealing with the Zerg. The Zerg have a literal hatred down to practically their DNA for the Protoss. It's almost wrote into their they got a hive mind. Without it, they're mindless and idiots. But it's part of their the hive mind's being, this hatred for the Protoss. You think they'll be more focused on that? Maybe it was just one guy who didn't know about it, but he made it sound like the matriarch didn't know about it either. Sweet. And it's just some Zeratul knew about.
Yes, I'm waiting.
But
Very well.
I know. Also, annoyingly, I lost all my forces because I didn't react quick enough. C'est la vie. Well, I didn't lose all my forces, I lost all my workers, which is irritating. Also, if they came through a warp gate, why aren't we near the warp gate? Or did we move away from the warp gate? But because the thing is, isn't the, if memory serves, the warp gate is here or here. I don't know if I ever I never completed this mission. I don't think so anyway. No, I did. I remember a mission later on. Then again, I was using cheats a fair bit around this time. I won't be using them here, obviously. I'll be completing all these missions legitimately. But yeah, things aren't, right. Something smells off in the state of Denmark. Or however that quote goes, I'm tired. Plus I never read Hamlet. I read Macbeth and Romeo and Juliet. And I still can remember some bits of Romeo and Juliet. Romeo, O Romeo, wherefore art thou, O Romeo? Deny thy father, refuse thy name. Or if thou won't, be sworn by my love, and I'll no longer be a Capulet. Still remember that bit. And Romeo wanting to be a glove upon Juliet's hand. So he could, she's resting her face on her hand, so he wanted to be a glove upon her hand, so he could touch her face. Yeah. I'm actually remember bits more, as more I'm thinking about it, more I'm actually remembering of Romeo and Juliet. I can remember the, nurse, she was a character in it, making a comment about, bastards. I'm trying to talk about, the immortal bard. Damn ingrates, or whatever you want to call them. I don't remember what I was saying. She had one line about how women grow by men. I can't remember the context to the line, which, you know, something takes away from the, you know, joke. But yeah. Apparently someone did like a weird like version of Romeo and Juliet. I remember reading about it online. I don't know how true it is or anything. What, you know, the article, well, the thing I read that, oh yeah, this thing exists. I don't know if the thing saying this thing exists is, you know, honest. But apparently someone did like a version of Romeo and Juliet where at the end it turned out that Benvolio was actually a girl the entire time and gets together with Paris, and Paris doesn't die. You would assume so, at least. So yeah. Don't know if that's true in the slightest, but yeah. Just remember reading about that. Okay, good, I can build these now, so I am happy. They're very good units. Not that great in the health department, like compared to a Zealot here. On health and shields, they're down by 20. But they've got great physical damage. And, you know, they're pretty goddamn awesome. They're also perpetually invisible. So that's kind of awesome. But that reduction of 20 in both shields and health is a bit of a pain, because that's, you know, 40 reduced health in total. That's a bit of a loss. Could be worse, but certainly could be better. Okay, I'm just going to send a probe up here to start building more pylons, because I need more psi. Okay. You know, I really can't wait till I move on to Legacy of the Void, because it's brand new content. And certainly a lot of the content here is brand new for me, is brand new to me. But I've intentionally kept it as spoiler free for myself as possible. Like here, I've read about this stuff on the wiki. I kept myself as spoiler free as possible. I haven't watched anyone's let's play, haven't read the wiki or anything. Well, I haven't watched anyone's let's play for this either. I have read the wiki, so you know, we'll get spoilers from there. Ah, goddamn. Okay, I need to get. I know. Oh, goddamn. Just a couple of Zerglings, not enough. You need to mass them, come on. It's obvious. Also, I could be a goit. The pathfinding in this game. I want to be a goit, but the game just is like, nope! I remember in Warcraft 3, you could be a bit of a goit, and position your units in such a way that no one could get past them. And if they're invisible, then, you know, they can't even target them. And if you do it on the right level, in the right position, the like the final part of the Zerg campaign in like Warcraft 3, like the main game, not expansion or anything, the human bases will just stand there the entire thing and never come at you. Rather than have to deal with 3 human bases, you deal with 2, and it's brilliant. But you have to do it in just the right position, otherwise their archmage will just like bombard the area with blizzard, and well, it won't work. No fleet beacon. because of course. My wife for hire. I just when I see my life for hire, when I hear that, all I can think of is that joke. You know, I miss Day 9's, his dailies, where he'll play Starcraft and like show you better ways of playing and all that. That was great. Just watching that. Just to make sure he's not doing any drops, you know? Don't want that. There may be no banelings in this, you know, in StarCraft 1, but still don't want them doing drops. For those who have no idea what a baneling is, but have seen earlier episodes of this and knows what an infested Terran is, imagine basically an improved infested Terran. They do significantly less damage, it should be made clear, but you can make them much easier. Rather than having to infest a Terran command center, you merely have to build a baneling nest, which is an easy enough building to get. It's on your list, rather than you relying on fighting a Terran and infesting their thing. It's there with any other building. You make some Zerglings, you turn them into banelings, and now the banelings can burrow and be like improvised landmines, though you have to detonate them yourself with a push of a button, or you can have them, you know, just run attack move into enemies, and they'll go kaboom. They don't do nearly as much damage as a infested Terran, and they also don't do friendly fire as far as I remember. But yeah, they're much easier to get and great to use. Especially in Heart of Swarm, you just mass Zergling, mass Baneling, charge into things. It's awesome. One, two, three. Over here. Okay, quickly. There. In there. Okay. I need to get some gas. I can't actually build anything otherwise. Okay. As long as the Zerg don't get a detector, the Dark Templar should be safe. I know the overlords flowed in, but they weren't actually with the force of Zerglings, so on Hydras, so it was irrelevant to the fights. Certainly a risk, though, that it would become relevant, but thankfully it never did, so far. I need to make sure I'm actually recording. 1 second. Hey folks, and I'm back. Let's just save here. Okay. I got a lot of minerals. Let's use it for something, shall we? Like seriously, I got a lot of minerals. May just mass Zealot. Certainly, I haven't seen anything yet to say that it wouldn't be a good idea. Well, it will be a bad idea. I think there's a difference between a good idea and a bad idea. In some sensitive thing. I'm not sure. Part of me feels like it's like, oh yeah, that's obvious. But another part of me feels like, you know, that's a point you need to explain. But basically the point is, you know, it's not necessarily a good idea, but it's not so in the other way that it's bad. It's just somewhere in between, you know? Excuse me. God damn. I'm trying to stifle